trying. I'm trying my hardest. We'll spin it back this way, and then let me do. Gosh. Thanks for tuning in to Bourbon Drop. I'm your host, Myron. Today, we've got a HAZMAT blind for you. Shout out to my man, Dennis, man. He is always looking out. Of course, this is going to be somewhat of a double blind. So it says, keep up the great content, my friend. Dennis is always a positive dude, man. So I've got the answer key here. But the reason why it's going to be a double blind is because Dennis sent me some samples. I have no idea what they are. I have some samples. One of them came from Dennis from a unicorn video that I did. One of these came from Dave Vogelsang. This one is 142.2 proof. This is a 13th century. I said that I wanted to do a HAZMAT blind with the two of these because this is the A. Smith Bowman that comes in at 144.5. Once I put these in a glass and spin them, I won't know which ones they are. However, the ones that Dennis sent me, I don't know if this shows up on camera, maybe I'll blow it up. These are super light. So I am almost expecting these to be some type of American light whiskey. I don't know, maybe some, I don't know. I'm trying to think in my head, like, what could they be? Could it be some Penelope? Could it be some Bull Run? Could it be some Rye 3? Could it be some of that, what is it, that cat something? I can't remember the name of it, but I'm gonna get this package cut open, get these things poured up, and I'll be right back. I am back. Everything has been poured up. I hate doing long blinds. I'm gonna try and get through this thing pretty fast. So we've got A, B, C, D. Like I said, I knew that these were gonna be lighter than these. It's not gonna impact anything because once I get to spinning them up, I still don't know what they are anyway. So we've got the A for the A. Smith Bowman, that's 144.5 proof. It used to have a D because that's what it was in the last sample pack. And then B is going to be 13th century for their American bourbon whiskey. And then he already has C printed on this one. And then this one has a very faint D. You can't see it, but it's on there. So we'll go ahead and get this thing spun up. Like I said, I've got too light, too dark. Don't know what they are. I will even take them off. Well, I will even look at the camera as I am swapping them around, and well, I can't do that very well, but I'm trying. I'm trying my hardest. We'll spin it back this way, and then let me do. Gosh, and of course that's A, with the little bit of A. Smith Bowman that I have. Either way, oh man, this kills me. We gonna take that off the. We just gonna take them off the wheel. We gonna take them off the wheel. All right. So I know that the one with the least amount is A. Smith Bowman. Put it that way. That sucks. I gotta wipe this up. Well, that sucks now because I know which one is A. Smith Bowman and I know which one is the 13th century. Whatever. We're just gonna go through them, my right to my left. So 13th century. That's very good, very drying. That, just like I said in the video when I reviewed it, it comes off like a American light whiskey. I know that it's a bourbon. I mean, bourbon just has to be primarily 51% corn. So I gotta look back into that mash bill. I haven't looked into that mash bill since that video. All right, let's go into the second glass number 2. Oh. Glass 2 is definitely an American light whiskey. It's gotta be. It's got that cherry, it's got that buttery popcorn note that I get, and it is so very distinctive. If it is not some type of HAZMAT American light whiskey, I'd be surprised. But the 13th century comes off that way. All right, I'm going to glass number 3. that glass number 3 comes off like an American light whiskey too, but it comes off a little more refined. Like glass 1 had this savory note to it, you know, like, and when I say savory, guys, I'm talking about like this, it's a little bit of a salty note, almost like kind of how gravy can be, gives me like that salty note on top of like something sweet. So this one seems a little more refined. All of these are eating me up on the inside. Like heat wise, I am feeling the heat. All right, let's get into the A. Smith Bourbon. Now remember, now that I know that this is the A. Smith Bourbon, remember I said that the A. Smith Bourbon, I felt like it came off bitter, and that's the only, I thought it was good, but I felt like it had a little bit of a bitter note, and that's why I think it came in last on the unicorn video that I did. So A. Smith Bourbon. Yeah, it still has this bitter note, and then when I took in a deep breath, I got like an old book, like an old school book. When you open it up, it's almost got this, I don't want to say cheesy, like it's this weird note. If you've ever opened like an old elementary school book and like that burst of wind just hits you in the face, it's like that. All right, so yeah, I know that that's the A. Smith Bourbon. I'm going backwards. This one, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this one right here, glass number 3, almost gives me like an old Carter vibe. Like that's how well put together it is. All right, going backwards, once again, a little bit of grape notes on there on the A. Smith Bourbon, but primarily bitter. All right. That time around, there was this cocoa chocolate note. Bitter note still stays up front, then transfers to the mid. It's A. Smith Bourbon, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not, when you compare it to these other 3, it's coming in last place. Yeah, it's coming in last place. So I'm gonna leave the A. Smith Bourbon back. So right now, at this point, it's between these 2 and the 13th century. All right. Oh yeah, man. It's got the nose of an American light whiskey. That just like that cherry on the nose, that caramel heavy nose that it has. That is just so good. Oh, that is a rich caramel. Then you get that cherry that just shines through. That's done well. I would put that in the same category as an Old Carter. That, like, if this is not an Old Carter bottle, which I don't know if they've ever released any hazmat stuff, I would put this in the same category as an Old Carter. So far, glass number 3 is actually pulling ahead. So, all right, go to glass number 2. Well, let me get on the nose. The nose is very similar to glass number 3. That cherry comes out. And that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, that's got to be an American light whiskey. It's got that grittiness. There's a bit of a gritty feel to it. And I told you guys before, so American light whiskeys tend to dry my palate out, and they have this gritty, almost gritty feel across the palate, where sometimes I've explained things as being velvety, like just smooth, very silky on the palate. American light whiskeys, as good as they are, they can be gritty on the palate. And put it in the comments if you guys experience the same thing. All right, so still glass 3 is pulling ahead. All right, let's go back into the 13th century. Now going backwards, the 13th century starts to come across more like a bourbon. It's a little more savory, like I said before. It's got more of a salty note. It's not as sweet. Going backwards, it's not as sweet as glass B, well, not B, 2 and 3. So I don't know. Like, is it a good bottle? Yes, I told you guys on the Sample Sunday video that I pick it up. At this point, though, it comes in third. So I would say that glass number 3 is going to come in first. Glass number 2 comes in second. Glass 1 comes in third. And then the A. Smith Bourbon, which we know, the A. Smith Bourbon, and we know that this is 13th century, is going to come in fourth. So the A. Smith Bourbon comes in fourth. All right. We already know. So put that in the camera. We knew that that was B. So B came in third place. The A. Smith Bourbon comes in last. It is not bad. I don't think it's chase-worthy though. It is not bad. But it's definitely not chase-worthy. There's a bitter note that I just can't get with. All right, so coming in second is going to be C. So C comes in second. And then we've got D coming in first place. That is a great bottle. I don't know what it is yet. All right, time to find out. So shout out to Dennis. He always puts his seal on there. This is going to be the Whiskey Blinder seal. And then he has the Dennis Bourbon Dad seal that's typically on the inside. All right. So, as always, Dennis the Bourbon Dad. Love these wax seals, man. I want to know what they are because in my mind, I have Old Carter. I do. I have Old Carter. But I don't know if Old Carter has ever released a HAZMAT. This thing is giving me a hard time. Obtainium. Canadian whiskey. Wow. Wow. Woo! The Obtainium is 159.4 proof Canadian whiskey. That tastes like an American whiskey, like the American whiskey. That does not taste like any Canadian whiskey that I've ever had. Then the Penelope 17-year, wow, American light whiskey, 138.8 proof. So, that's why I told you guys before, it is not always about proof, it is about flavor. I mean, think about it. You got the 138.8 coming in first. You've got the 159.4 coming in second. You've got the 142.2 coming in third, and then you've got the 144.5 coming in last. So proof doesn't always matter. Look, Dennis, I appreciate you, man. I thought that, I knew they were light, and I was trying to think of the name, and I said cat something. I got to look at it because I think Obtainium is Cat's Eye Distillery. I'm not 100% sure. But it's Canadian whiskey. I'd be interested in knowing what the mash bill is though, because American light whiskeys are typically 99.1. So 99% corn, 1% malted barley. Don't know. I believe I don't know if it's the same proof. This is the 138.8. I do have a 17-year Penelope American Light Whiskey. It might be the same thing. Look, I shoot a lot of videos. I can't remember them all. I hope you guys had a great time enjoying this HAZMAT blind. Once again, thank you, Dennis. Shout out to you, man. And with that being said, let the whiskey flow. Never run out unless you head it to a drop. Until next time.